Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
Nah, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me. And I can't choose one.
Hey, nanny. Here we are, folks. We're back. We're here. We're queer. We're cooking. Woo! It's 82 degrees. Balmy. But the sun is shining.
It's hot. It's hotter today than it was yesterday.
That's true.
There you go.
The days are different.
But don't you have the thing where you get adaptive to whatever weather? You have the same weather 4 days in a row. You're like, well, this is the weather now.
Right.
Don't you feel that way?
Yes,
and then it
good
rains
point.
and you're like, what the Christ is this?
I know. But then was that Seinfeld bit where they're like, man, 82 today? It was 84 yesterday. He's like, yep, different day.
Right.
You know, whatever that bit is.
Yeah,
Can you believe it's 82? Yes, I can.
It's a lot toastier today. It's muggy. It's hot in here. By the way, there's a fan, a Tuesday, on the floor.
What?
Somewhere here in this, I think of, because when you walk in our little place, everyone hates us. They throw eggs at us. They give us the finger. And then you take a little left, and then it's just a couple offices over here.
Right.
With, people that hate us.
Yes, the lawyer.
But I forget there's another hallway. There's like 50 offices in here. He's like, the guy I was talking to, he's like, this building is huge.
Right. It's like unlocking another level. Like one time I was on a phone call and I was walking through. It's a skyscraper. You forget.
Right.
This is a giant skyscraper in Midtown Manhattan. But tell that guy to talk to this guy, will you?
I know. Maybe they could switch offices.
Oh, I'll help move the desk.
That's pretty good. By the way, and the guy was sweating and shaking. He was like, Joe List, and then I was like,
maybe he was
Mark's
ill. Oh,
he threw up all over the elevator.
He's
like, what?
My act.
He started jerking off. I mean,
oh, man.
Because you're like a real celebrity now. People, I'm like, well, Mark was just here. And they're like, Mark was here. It's like Susan with Letterman. That's what it feels like.
Well, tell the lady at the front, because she hates us. Chuck gave her the business last week. That was exciting. You really hammered her.
I know. We saw a side of Chuck we never see. It was like Travis Bickle up there.
Yeah, you were like the wolf from Pulp Fiction. You were handling business.
I like that she said, so please sign this, and the elevator dinged, and you ran to the elevator.
Literally ran to the elevator. I can't handle adult conversation, signing things, paperwork, money. I had to get out of there. When I was done with it, didn't look like a goddamn maxi pad.
Well, you were impressive because you at least hung near him. I was like in the garbage can.
That's right.
Because your name is on the thing, mine's not. I mean, I'm not kidding. I was 50 feet away, like just trying to pretend to be looking at my phone. I can't.
It was
I can't
rough.
see Peter,
the
but
clock was ticking, and I think we got her pretty good because basically she renewed us without asking, or she asked about 1,000 times
emailed
via
Mark
email.
3 times a week. Yeah.
Didn't catch it, but eventually she was like, "Well, you got to sign this," and I'm like, "Well, if we've already renewed, why do we have to sign it?" And she was like, "Well, you just got to sign it," and I just started walking away, and I'm like, "I'm not signing," and then she just stood up and was like, "All right, whatever, don't sign it." So which one is it?
We're in a real stalemate here.
Yeah, it's a Mexican standoff.
This is one of those things, though. The problem is they're going to be like, okay, we thought about it. We hate you. There's too many N-words coming out of the office. You got to move.
Yeah.
You're out. And then we're going to be like,
That's true.
we don't want to move.
We'll
We're going to have to pack everything up. The wallpaper, we'll have to paint.
To find a place, go there, get a new key, meet new people. We got it pretty good here. We should hang on.
It all goes back to the very first thing 10 full years ago now, where we said to Benji and Becky,
Yes, B&B.
we want to do a podcast, but we don't want to do anything.
Here.
Except show up and talk.
It's our mantra. It's like Seinfeld, no hugging, no learning. We're no doing.
No doing, no nothing.
No queefing.
And we're trying to stick with that. A contract, an email, it's a little much.
Yeah, it's scary. Legal, paperwork, forms, I hereby, and then I write Mark Norman. Oh, right when I see that, my butthole bleeds.
Anything to who it may concern makes me uncomfortable.
My dearest regards, all that shit. Anything, put an initial, date. Ugh.
George is saying cut it. Any kind of formal information. Also, I do Santino's pod and the other one, We Might Be Drunk, and all these pubs would have studios. I'm like, how did you get all that? You wallpapered? You put things up? We just had a handicapped kid tape these to the wall.
That's true, yeah. I think it might have killed him. I haven't heard from him since. He came out of here on a gurney, but I will say the studio, We Might Be Drunk, the studio is a fortune, but the big guy, Matt Peters, our producer, he put up everything, every little Joan Rivers, every wallpaper, every nick, rub, tension, whatever he put up all this stuff, and so you gotta get what you pay for, but at least we're making some dough.
Yeah, making some nice coin. Everything's peeling off and unappealing. And my suit just lives here now because I wore it here once.
Oh, yes, office suit.
I can't remember if I said it on the air or off the air or Patreon, but someday I'm going to need that suit, and I am going to be livid that it's just hanging in an office in Midtown.
Maybe today's the day you're bringing that old puppy home.
Nah.
All right, fuck it.
There's never going to be a moment where I'm like, let me carry a suit on the 7 train.
Well, we do have things now, like a Task Rabbit. Have you heard of this?
I have.
Yeah, you can just find a guy and go, I'll give you $60. You go to Midtown and bring my suit to Astoria. Case closed. And there's a guy out there, some pothead with a mullet's going to go, I'll do it.
Okay. Does he, come on my shirt or anything like that?
If you give another $5. But, I use these sleeping pills, as you know, because I can't, my memory's gone and I can't get it up. And I get them from this guy, and I'm going on a big trip to L.A., a week and a half, gone, then going to Austin, the whole thing. So I go, I'll see you at the show tonight. I saw him at the show. We canoodled, and I left, and I got home, and I was in bed, and I was like, I forgot to get the pills from him. He lives way up in Harlem. So I said, I forgot to get the pills from him. He goes, I know. And he goes, well, what are you doing tomorrow? I said, I'm leaving tomorrow at 8 a.m. to go to L.A. And he goes, well, I guess we're fucked. And I go, Uber. Put the pills in an Uber, send them to my house.
Do you buckle them?
Well, it's cute. Do you buckle the pill? He put them in a pizza box, put the pizza box in the back seat, buckled it, and then the delivery driver, he doesn't want to be a drug dealer.
Right.
So he thought he was delivering a pizza, which is funny that his job was just demoted to pizza guy, basically. But
yeah.
That's what a delivery guy is.
Wow, that's not bad. And then you open it up, a whole cheese just for me.
Yes.
Good night, Irene.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Great film.
Hell of a movie. I just watched Ferris Bueller again for the hell of it.
No, I was watching it on the plane.
So good.
Yeah, it's the best.
It's a vibe. It's a feeling. It's just that freedom of skipping school and getting one over on the folks. Love it.
It's just the best. It's the funniest. It's the most touching. The performances are great. Every single thing about it. It's an absolute masterpiece. There's people out there that don't like it, which is really mind-blowing.
I know. There's so many weird jokes. He's on the payphone with the other students, and he's like, give me someone else. And he just gives it to a girl. I love the little things like that.
And he goes, you see Alien?
Yeah. Dweebos, motorheads, schizoids.
Ronan
sluts.
doesn't like it.
All right. Well,
know.
this is another knock against the Jews.
I know. He doesn't like it. By the way, fun. This goes into my story that I'm going to get into.
Please.
Not really a story, but you know what I mean. My tale. That's the same thing.
Tale as old as time.
But so I guess I'll just jump right into it because I want to get to this movie trivia thing.
Jump in the pool.
Jump in the pool, see how it is.
Jump around. Up, jump around.
When you listen to that song now, there's that weird thing that's quite annoying that wasn't when we were kids. The
Oh yeah,
like the music is a crazy.
That's a big hook in the song.
Yeah, it's the thing, and it's funny because I think we were immune because we were kids and we were jumping around.
Yes, we were jumping around.
But then I read the Wikipedia of that. I love to read Wikipedia of things from when we were kids.
I like that too.
Because you're like, what was the real deal? And sometimes movie reviews you read.
Great.
Like Ace Ventura was like 8% Rotten Tomatoes. They're like, this is a piece of shit. And
How
we
do you
were like,
that?
oh my God.
Yeah, and it killed at the box office. So it's supposed to be a comedy. They go, the movie was silly and stupid. It's a comedy, you cum guzzler.
Yes. Private Joker is silly and he's ignorant, but he's got guts, and guts is enough.
Yes. No guts, no glory.
Uh,
Nickelodeon guts.
What was I talking about? I already lost it.
The reviews, Wikipedia, jump around.
Oh, Wikipedia. So jump around. Yeah, I was reading it, and like a bunch of adults at that time were like, I don't know how anyone can listen to this song. It's the most annoying thing. It's just that stupid horn over and over and over again.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, horn over and over again. And then I put it on, and I was like, this is awful.
Right.
The whole song is literally like, boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, it's like an alarm clock.
It is. It's terrible.
Hit the snooze, baby.
It's really bad. But man, that was a movement, and we were
Oh,
we
yeah.
were jumping around. In fact,
We were jumping quite a bit all over the place. And yeah, I do the same thing. I go, boy, this is a fun movie, Clueless, and I'll just Google the shit out of Clueless.
It's fun.
It's a good time.
By the way, Jump, right around the same time. Crisscross, Jump.
Oh, yeah.
Those were like within a year of each other, I feel like.
Make you want to jump. And again, an adult looks at that and goes, this is a bunch of black kids with their clothes backwards.
Yeah.
Whereas we were like, these kids are awesome.
And then Daddy Mac, he was like a 13-year-old kid. He's like, the Mac Daddy will make you jump. The Daddy Mac will make you. And I'm like, is he the Mac Daddy? Because he's like 11.
And what is a Mac Daddy? Is that the difference between a Daddy Mac and then similar to a Big Mac?
I think it's a sandwich. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, mac and cheese.
Oh, you got me an icy water when you come back?
I'm good, thank you, sir.
I'm low on water.
Watch out for the front desk, lady.
They'll give us water in there.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know we could do the lock thing.
Of course.
Okay, good. I don't have keys.
Locksmith.
John
weird job.
Locke. So
Who's John Locke?
He's a scientist.
I don't know John Locke. I
I'd
know
say-
John List.
He
murdered his family.
Really?
You don't know John List?
Is that an uncle?
No, I wish. He murdered his whole family. I would have loved to have been had a couple people stabbed.
John Litt. I know Schindler.
No, John List was a New Jersey guy, and I get this every 3 months. There's like a new meme about it. He, I think he went home, he murdered his family, and then his son had a soccer game. He went and attended the soccer game, drove his son home from the soccer game. When he got home, he let the kids see the family and was like, yeah, you too, and then stabbed him and then shot himself.
Whoa!
Maybe shot him, maybe stabbed. I can't remember. But I know he killed his whole family and went to the soccer game in between the killings.
Wow.
So
man.
I got psycho in my blood somewhere.
I guess so. 23 and gay.
The only killing I'm doing is on stage, folks.
Well, that's not a good PR for soccer.
I got half a dump in my asshole. Don't you hate that?
Hey, is it turtle heading?
It's rattling the cages.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Don't drink any caffeine.
No, I had some earlier. Well, what it is I sometimes you get a text or a thing and it gives you that jolt, and then all of a sudden your body's like, shit everything out.
Yes, the fear shits.
Yes, fear shit. So sorry.
Yeah. All right, well.
Let me tell you a little bit about this.
Well, you were getting to something, but then jump around made you jump around.
I got, the special, we're recording ahead of time or behind times. I don't know what the hell we're doing.
Uh-huh.
The special came out.
Hey,
Special.
the special killed it. Everybody loved it. The reviews are in, fatty. 8% on Rotten Tomatoes.
The comments, YouTube comments, notoriously mean and
Yeah.
vicious. These things are, I'm crying, I'm weeping. My computer's ruined. I got tears everywhere. Come on, some of it.
Yeah, well, we did the chat room. Thanks for texting me. I forgot about the chat, the turbo chat or
Super chat, I think.
Super chat.
GBT.
And then, by the way, there was a guy who was using my name, so I'm glad you didn't buy it.
Yeah, it was a little troll guy came in. And I knew right away, I was like, that's not Mark. But he got the same icon thing. They know what they're doing, these trolls.
Yeah, they're real losers.
It's very sad. But you came in and you couldn't even follow the chat anymore. Like, it exploded.
Woo!
It was just...
I think the guy from The Office was in there.
Well, a couple people did a Where's Mark? So I was like, let me find out.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, hey, pop in. Because the chances are you're working, but I'm like, what are the chances you're on stage right this moment?
I was drinking after the show, so it was perfect.
You popped, and everyone just went ape shit in there. You couldn't keep up.
Hell yeah.
And I got to say, by the way, everyone that Venmo'd and donated money, I got to thank. It's literally too much to respond to every person. It's like hundreds and hundreds of people that came in so fast. So thank you to everybody. Thanks for watching. Please keep sharing. And thank you for all the kind words. I mean, I feel like George Bailey. That's the nice thing about releasing a special frequently. Every year, it's like everyone just tells me how great I am.
That's a
it
good
really
point.
touches my heart. Don't get me wrong. A couple thousand people tell me I should kill myself and I'm a piece of shit also.
Just family.
And I want to thank them as well. Oh, Chucky, baby.
A comment's a
coming
comment.
through big.
It all helps the algo, good, bad, or ugly.
Well, it's been nice because someone was like, you should pay someone to go through and respond. And I was like, well, I'll just respond.
Yeah.
So you're nervous going through. You got one eye opened. Overwhelming positive, which also is a slightly bad sign because that means it hasn't gotten into the ether yet.
Yeah, right.
Once it goes ether,
it gets ugly.
that's when people are like, what the fuck am I watching? Because these are all people that have come from you and Stavros and
Right.
Sam and whoever. And they're like, hey,
yes.
the guy I like some, or the Tuesdays, of course. I don't want to make it seem like I don't have a plethora of fans myself.
Yes.
But those people are all like, this is amazing. You outdid yourself, you big homo. But once it gets into middle America, they're like, this is boring horse shit. He's a
Sure.
nerd. Fuck
The
him.
ether is evil.
Ether evil.
Ether evil. That's where that comes in. But also, at least when you get the evil, you know you're in the ether. So there is some kind of, you got to spin everything to the positive HIV.
You want the ether, you want the evil, Dr. Evil, Lorne Michaels.
Evil Knievel.
SNL.
There you go. So yeah,
Evil
great
does it.
stuff. I love the super chat, super fun, and the amount of My Father's Gay was overwhelming.
That's crazy.
That was a good time.
Has there ever been a movie called Evil Does It? That's kind of fun. Instead of Easy Does It,
Oh.
Evil Does It.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
I've heard Resident Evil,
Yeah.
and then there's
Evil Dead, of
Evil
course.
Dead. Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
Evil Does It. I guess it's not great.
Ah,
Who am I kidding?
all right. I was thinking Good does it.
Good does it?
Good and evil. I thought that's what you
Oh,
were
I
playing
see.
off of, but
Good does it.
easy.
Easy does it. Evil does it.
Easy Rider.
I find that film quite a bit overrated.
Easy Rider?
Yeah. It's really a lot of nothing.
It was a movement back then, you know, it was a nostalgia thing.
Yeah, I think if I was alive in the 60s and doing acid, and I think, and maybe I'm the Ronan of this situation, I think a lot of people are talking about how much they love Easy Rider because they want to feel like, oh yeah.
I could see that.
But I'm like, I think if you open-mindedly watch that movie now, you're like, what is this?
It's a little boring.
It's quite boring, and it gets trippy, and it's light on plot. And,
yeah, it was right place, right time, hit the zeitgeist.
yeah, the music is fun, and Nicholson, it's exciting, but the back half of that film is nonsense. It's literal nonsense.
It's kooky.
All right, let me get into
Yes,
this.
hit me, fatty.
gay
Put it
thing.
right in my dick hole.
And this isn't much of a story, but I just want to share the fun
Please.
and the love. So, last year I had a big party over there, big viewing. Everyone came over.
Oh, yeah.
It was quite a sight. We had Louie and Sarah and her sister and Matt Wayne and Isabel and all that, and it was great and fun. This year, everyone was working, out of town, doing stuff, whatever. So I had a small group. Matt Wayne, who opened and did a great job. You hear his voice at the beginning. You see his name in the credits, I guess.
A on the report card.
And he's about to shoot a special for the first time. And
all right,
that's going to be
Wayne-y.
exciting. Keep
Hell
an eye
yeah.
out for that.
Definitely.
So he came over. Steve Rogers, my neighbor, he comes by. Sarah's there. We're all gay. And Steve Rogers, Big Dick Rogers, BDR, whose voice you hear or laugh you hear quite a bit on the special.
Hey, all right.
And his cock you see. If you watch till the end of the credits, you'll see a still photo of his dick. So watch the special again.
Get the
You probably missed it.
widescreen.
And, so he comes over. He'd never seen Swingers,
Oh, in real life or
the film,
Oh, the
or
film.
and he just refuses to switch with us.
yes, got to do the swap, Raj. Although you'll be intimidated with that hog, Easy Rider.
Yeah, he'll annihilate my wife. I can't do it while I'm pregnant. The baby will fall out.
Oh yeah, he'll poke him in the eye.
He's got a baby leg for a cock, but.
Right.
So he's never seen it. Of course, you got to remember he's 30 years old, so he doesn't know. He's not even 30, I don't think. He's like 27 or something.
Really?
Yeah. So he's never seen the film. And Swingers, of course, one of the great films of all
Love it.
time, in my
Love it.
opinion. I mean, just a masterpiece. It fucking rules. Great runtime. Great. Oh, geez.
Great jokes.
Ah,
there it is. You
God.
want to say on a pod, talk later?
Nah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because
I'll,
you don't want to leave that guy hanging. You know, he'll shoot your face off.
Yeah,
with a
geez,
machine
it's a
gun.
big celebrity calling.
Oh,
Hold on, you
God.
talk.
All right. But yeah, Swingers is great. So many great jokes. He's all grows up. Vince Vaughn has a breakout performance. The scene with the fucking answering machine. Your money kid. The fist fight Sue with the gun. Who do you think you are? Bring the pain. I mean, it's great. Is he a brown man?
Yeah,
I love it.
If he's cute, let him in. House of Pain, Bring the Pain is the
Sorry.
special. But yeah,
around.
it's just amazing. It's a beautiful film, especially for comedians. Now, the first time I saw it, I was 18 years old, and I missed it. It had been out for 2 years or whatever, and I was going through a breakup. My high school, 2001, I guess. My high school girlfriend had broken up with me. She went to college, the whole thing. And a comedian named Dan Keno was like, that sucks, man. You'll get over it. And I was like, my life is ruined. And he goes, well, you watch Swingers? And I was like, what? And he goes, well, you break up, you got to watch Swingers. And I was like, no, I never saw that movie. Is it good? And he's like, I mean, what are you talking about?
All right.
And I'm like, well, what's it about? And he's like, it's about a comedian going through a breakup.
Wow.
And it's the breakup movie, which
It is.
I continue to say for 25 years. You go through a breakup, you pop Swingers on, you're going to feel better.
Dan Keynote speaker.
Count it.
All right.
So, we reviewed it. It was at the buzzer. It doesn't count.
Buzzer.
So I watched it then. I watched it back to back. It was one of those movies you watch it and then you just watch it again.
Yes.
And anyways, he'd never seen the movie, so I was like, we'll do a screening of Swingers. So I went and had Sarah get... I didn't go. I went ahead and had Sarah get some popcorn. She's pregnant. She needs stuff to do.
You got to walk around.
She went. She got some popcorn. We popped that popcorn.
Woo!
Got some candy and popcorn, and then later ordered pizza, and we sat and watched Swingers, and we just howled laughing.
Oh, so good.
Great time. Then the special comes, which is a little awkward because it's like you don't want to watch the special, but you want to hang out in the chat.
Yeah.
You don't want to sit there and be like, okay, friends, it's time to watch the special you were at the taping for.
Hit that mute button, baby.
So you got to go volume all the way down, and which is also awkward because I can't watch myself on a permanent thing.
No, God, the worst.
Katz, who's the fucking best, thank you, Jason, whatever, hire this man.
Yes, he's a director extraordinaire and a hell of an editor.
Quite a guy. And so he kept sending, being like, hey, give us notes. And I couldn't bring myself to do it. This time I was like, I'm going to actually try to watch this.
There you go.
I got 30 seconds in, like many people. I was just like, I can't do it. And he left a lot of quips and no, that was crazy. And
too many or
possibly too many. I'm not
Okay.
criticizing because I refuse to help, but it makes it look quite loose. Yeah,
I see.
And
Loosey-goosey.
a couple people have been like, boy, this is a little loose for a special. And I'm like, well, we could have nipped those and you wouldn't have noticed. But it's fun too, I think.
I think people like the authenticity, and it's very you. I think you got to show you.
That's I like to work fast and loose, and my father's gay.
Juice is loose.
But you are kind of seeing it. I'm like, wait, what just happened? What am I pointing at? And then you hit it, and I'm like, this lady's crazy. And I'm like, that's in the special. So what can you do? Maybe the next one I'll try to watch it. But it's just every time you're like, I'm going to really edit this. And are you like me, or are you like, because Ari and Ranan, Jews, they are watching it over and over and over again, spend hours on every single cut and angle.
Yeah.
Where do you fall in this?
No, I don't. I can't watch. They'll do a part where Jason edited my out to lunch, and he texts me. He's like, "What about this part?" And I'll just kind of through the eyes. I'll watch that one chunk.
Yeah.
And then give them notes, and then pull back, and then they're like, "All right, now we need the track breakdown." I had to break down the tracks for serious, meaning like, okay, what should track 1 be? Where do you cut it off? And I was just like, you do it.
Oh, the tracks. I couldn't do the tracks
Couldn't
either.
do it.
And everything I've ever released has like a 5-month delay because I'm like, I'll get to it. And then I'm like, I just can't. I can't. And it's funny because I'm a big listen to sets guy.
Yeah, me too.
So if it's not permanent, I could sit all day and listen.
Ah, yes.
If it's just the show from last night, I sit and I listen to it, and that's how I write.
Yeah.
But if it's going out to the masses,
Good
I'm
point.
like, I can't even look at this. Plus, my face looks the way it looks. I just want to kill myself. So,
also with the listening to sets, you're like, oh, I can fix this, and this group heard it, but no one else will hear it.
right.
The special is like, well, this is it. There's no fixing because it's done.
And you know what it makes me think of? I just thought of this in this moment to do a sports analogy. Is like in tennis. I'm a big tennis queef. U.S. Open has started yesterday.
T-shirt.
And I'm wearing the T-shirt. How about that? Kismet. So, like in tennis, the players are always based on how they do in the Grand Slams, the 4 big events. But oftentimes the players are like, well, we minimize how important all these other tournaments are. Because many people win all the smaller tournaments, which is very difficult to win. They don't win the big tournament.
Right.
So they're like, you should be judged based on everything.
Yeah.
The whole total, not just these big events. And it's kind of like that with comedy. You're basically, in the end, you're judged on these specials that are just a single night that are never going to be the best something ever worked or was.
Yeah.
So it's like you should judge a comedian based on all the times you've seen them, the live performances, everything.
Very true. I mean, I think Carlin is a good Carlin's got a lot of shit.
Yes.
But he's got a lot of gold. And, he's all over Twitter. The left claims him, the right claims him, and they post a clip. Here's a clip. And the clips are all great, but no one's posting the pussy fart chunk.
Right.
So like, you got to look at the whole body, the whole catalog.
The whole body, and I say this about specials all the time, too, that makes it so frustrating, is like you think of Richard Pryor on Long Beach, like the funniest special of all time. Think about what that was like in the room,
Oh,
or at the Peoria Funny Jizz or whatever.
Forget about it.
I mean, so it
And he bombed the first one, by the way. He did 2 tapings. The first one bombed.
That was
at
the
Long
store.
Beach. Oh, was that the store?
That was the store.
Sunset
yeah,
Strip?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. One of them, he was like having a fucking panic attack. Like, I got to get my shit together. What do I do? And then the second one just worked.
Yes, yeah. But the store, I think we talked about this. Definitely off stage. I can't remember where we talked about it. I was blown away that the main room is as small. I thought the main room was like 600 seats for some reason. I think because he shot his special there.
Oh, yeah. It
But
feels
it's like
grand.
It's smaller than the Village Underground, I think.
I don't think so. I think there's more seats at the store.
We have to do some research on that. Maybe you're right, but if you're right, it's not by many, right? It's like
I think the VU's 280.
But the main room must be like 300 or something.
I think it was 4, and they shut it down to 340 or something.
Is that right?
Something like that.
For some
We got a
reason,
Google machine.
I guess because prior, can you look up Comedy Store main room? What do you call that? Attendance
Capacity.
Yeah, although I don't know how easy that is to find. Bless you.
Thank you. Gesundheit.
But yeah, I thought that was just because the Comedy Store is such a movie. It's a movie poster. I thought that was like a 800-seat room or something.
Right. It feels like a theater.
You have any guesses?
We just guessed. What did you say?
I said 280 VU, 350 store.
I'm saying about 305. I'm changing my answer based on your answer.
It says Comedy Store in Los Angeles has a 350-seat main room.
Ooh,
350.
nailed
Okay.
it.
And so what's the Village Underground? That's just under 3. So 70 seats, but essentially similar sizes.
Bigger layout. They have booths over there in the store. It goes back to that wall. It's a bigger room for sure.
It's kind of shaped like a pilgrim hat or something. Or like Oklahoma. It has like a little wing over there.
Yes.
And it's deep. I guess it's deeper than the VU.
Okay, see.
Any idea what the Village Underground is?
The Village Underground capacity?
Yeah, New York City.
Definitely in the 2s.
Definitely in the late
Gym 2s.
Yes.
Late 2s.
Terrible 2s.
It says 300.
300. Okay. So
bigger than I
350. So 50 seats. So it's about 1/6 bigger. Is that right?
It's my dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
1/6 bigger.
That's correct.
So not much bigger. But anyways, the point is, I thought it was a big. I thought it was like 550 or 600 or something like that.
You could probably squeeze.
I bet you could squeeze the main squeeze.
They always say that. Hey, if we fuck the firemen, we can get 8,000 in here or whatever.
The old fire marshal.
Yeah, you always hear about this guy, but I've never seen him. That the health inspector. Oh, if the health inspector shows up, this place is going down.
I've been in a place where the health inspector was there once. Where they're like, he's coming, he's here. Oh, I think when I bartended at DJ O'Donoghue's in Stoughton, he came. And it was like a big deal, and you're like,
came?
oh my
That's
god.
not good for the That's not good for the rating.
I cleaned it up right away.
Okay, good.
What the fuck was I saying?
If I was a health inspector, I'd hate walking around because everybody's like, "Oh shit, you're here!" The whole thing is fear based.
I know, it's like a parking meter.
Yes!
Everybody's just spitting at you and saying, "Fuck you, you motherfucker."
Exactly.
I think that's why a lot of times parking meters now in New York City, they're all like from other countries.
Oh yeah.
Because I think here in America, you're like, no way, and people move here and they're like, yeah, this is good. You get benefits, and they're like, okay, I do that. They don't realize 100% of people are going to loathe them.
Everybody hates you, but they're quick. They become ninja-esque. They're in and out.
Yeah, they're very good.
Hey, folks, Tuesdays with Stories is brought to you by Blue Chew. Let's get it up and get it on with Blue Chew. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers ED medicine straight to your door and your dong with the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but a fraction of the price. Up your bank account and your confidence. Getting started is easy. Just sign up at BlueChew.com. Consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. It's all online. No doctor, no awkward convo. I've done the Blue Chew. It works. It's probably the best move with these type of pills because it's chewable. It tastes good. You just leave it in the pocket. And then when you start doing the nasty, or you can feel it coming on, pop it in the mouth. Now you got fresh breath and a hard dong. And it's not one of these the last 4 hours bullshit. It's just right. It feels good. It works good. And be a champ again. Blue Chew comes in a discreet package so your nosy neighbors don't have to know unless you want them to. Right up the pooper. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com and chew it and do it. We've got a special for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use promo code Tuesdays at checkout. Just pay 5 clams for shipping. How about that? Free. That's BlueChew.com. Promo code Tuesdays to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the pod. Stay up.
Folks, Tuesdays with Stories is also brought to you by you know who. You know what I'm about to say. You know who we love. You know who we want. You know who we wear. Sheath
yeah.
underwear. I know I got some sheath on. Look at this. It looks like the Transformers logo.
Yeah, it does.
Every time I pull it up, I feel excited, too. It pulls on my dick. Chuck, you got sheaths on?
No, I don't have any.
He doesn't wear. He wears women's panties.
I do have some. I have the shining one.
You better have some.
There
You better
you
have
go.
some sheaths, some
Send
shiny
Chuck some
sheaths.
sheath.
If you want underwear that's going to make your dick look great and feel amazing, you've got to check out Sheath Underwear. SUW, Sheath Underwear. Here's how it works. There's 1 pouch for your dick, 1 pouch for your balls, so everything isn't all mashed together all day long. Hey, we all love mashed potatoes, but we don't like mashed dick and balls. Created by our favorite guy, Robert Patton,
Patty.
U.S. Army veteran. He fought in the war, goddammit. Sheath
yeah.
was made to withstand the heat of the Iraqi desert. So you know how it'll keep you cool while watching your daughter's soccer match. I love Sheath. It is all I wear. 100% of the underwear I own is Sheath.
Hell yeah.
That's all I'll wear. I won't put on another pair of underwear. Hanes can suck my cock until I come right down Haynes' throat.
Woo!
That's how much I love Sheath underwear. Our dicks look and feel amazing, and yours will too. So stock up, buddy boy. Sheath underwear. Give these crown jewels some airflow. Go to sheathunderwear.com and use code TUESGAYS to get 20% off your first order. Plus, Sheath Underwear's 100% money back guarantee. That's sheathunderwear.com, promo code TUESGAYS. Get Sheath Underwear. Support the show. Support your balls.
Here, here. Hey, folks. Tuesdays with Stories brought to you by Electric eBikes. Woo, do we love the electric. You don't want to walk, but also don't want to sit in traffic. Get where you're going with the Electric XP 3.0, America's most popular e-bike. Wow. With pedal assist, throttle functionality, and speeds up to 29 miles per hour. It's the coolest way to travel with these feature-filled models. Finance as low as $73 per month. Your adventures don't need to break the bank. I mean, what? Fucking Metro card monthly pass is up to $150 now. Who knows what? This is $73, and you don't have to go down the stairs, wait for the train, sit in the heat, have the, well, this train is derailing and going right to Kuwait. Not anymore. I love the electric e-bike. I get all over town. I go spot to spot, neighborhood to neighborhood, park that puppy right on the sidewalk, take the battery off so nobody steals it. And it's really just the best way to get around. It's a good-looking bike. It's safe. If you're going on vacation, electric e-bike is fully foldable and easy to throw in the trunk, so there's no stopping you from keeping the good times rolling wherever you go. With a range of styles, choose the e-bike that works for you, stick with the classic, or try their Cargo Expedition with a carrying capacity of 450 pounds, or their Trike, which features a third wheel for stability for you nerds out there. Make every day feel like an endless summer vacation with an XP 3.0 from Electric. Visit electricebikes.com to learn more. Explore the epic models Electric has to offer. That's LECTRIC, ebikes.com. Check it out.
What the fuck was I talking about?
The main room, your special.
The store, the special. Oh, yeah, I don't know what the hell I was talking
the
about.
editing,
The comedy
Jason
store.
Katz,
Jason
a lot of
Katz.
loosey-goosey.
So we're hanging out. It's me, Sarah,
Oh.
Wayne, and Steve. We watch Swingers. We're eating the popcorn. Order the pizza now. Tell me how you feel about this.
Please.
Sometimes you're just... First of all, Uber Eats. I'm a big Uber Eats guy. You got to
yes.
leave the tip beforehand.
Is that right?
Yeah, you order and you add a tip.
I don't like that because the tip is based off service or quality of service.
You're always singing my language. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
jump around.
normally I have no problem with it. I go, yeah, here you go. Here's your 18%, fuckface. Come on over, and I'll be right here.
Sure.
You order the pie. You hear that ding dong. You go, oh my God.
It's
I
a
jump
great
up.
feeling.
And by the way, I never want them waiting. As soon as I hear that bell, I fucking...
Same.
I kick Rogers in the face. I pull his dick off, cram it in Wayne's ass, and head first dive over to the buzzer to buzz him in.
Yeah, he's safe.
So I run up. I run up there and I go to get the pizza. I ordered French fries and pizza. That's my move.
French fries and pizza. They sell fries now?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Every pizza place has fries. This is a big thing with Sarah. She's like, you're the only family I've ever seen do pizza and fries.
I've never heard of this.
People all debate. My family's always done this. And
Pizza. That's like a chick with dick.
Somebody, I like that too.
I guess so.
Somebody, if you put a pair of heels on it, I'm eating it.
Put a breadstick in my ass.
So, but I asked someone recently about this because this is a big debate with Sarah and I, and someone was like, well, they're on the menu.
Yeah.
Every single pizza place has French fries on the menu.
True.
So people are doing it.
True. Growing up, my black friend, we'd go to the Chinese place, and he would get lo mein and wings.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, you're breaking the universe.
Leg of the wing. So I order the pizza. By the way, I just got a just quick side note. Speaking of the comments, the amount of people that think I wrote pizza jokes to fuck with Bert is astronomical.
Hilarious.
Like, there's like hundreds of people that are like, wink, wink, I know what's going on here.
Oh, man, they'll make something out of nothing.
Like
these losers.
The idea that like Bert and I argued about pizza 2 years ago, and I was like, I'm going to rearrange my act to really give it to this guy.
What a couple of twerps out there. They got to make it about them.
Such a hilarious idea to me that like Bert is entering my thought process of writing a comedy act.
Hilarious.
Any jizz, we order the pizza, and I know I got to wrap this up because I feel like the show's half over here. We haven't even.
No, go.
We are recording 11 episodes in 3 days, but
That's true.
So I run up there. I go to get the pizza, and I don't even know how to tell this as a story. The pizza. I don't want to do a visual because I know people listen in audio. The pizza box has the fries on top, and it looks like just a V.
Huh.
The pizza box is folded in half.
What?
Like you would a newspaper.
Yeah.
A Sicilian pizza, a big, thicker than my penis.
Grandma slice.
Yes. It's literally folded like this. Like he has it under his arm like a newspaper.
What the hell?
With the fries on top.
He's got a baby batter over here. A baby basket.
And there's sauce and cheese squeezing out the side. I thought he was fucking with me.
Oh, my God.
I walked up, I go, what is this? And he was African of some version. And he was like, I don't know. He didn't speak English. It's always hard to do an impression. You just sound like an asshole. But I'm trying to paint a picture. He was like,
what
I don't know.
Hell?
He goes, put in whoosh. He just did like the woof. And I go, oh, well, okay, well, this is, and I feel bad for the guy because, you know, he just moved here, I'm sure. He got a gig and whatever. Maybe he's not familiar with pizza. Sicilian pizza is probably not huge in Africa.
In Nairobi.
So he just went, and I couldn't quite understand what he said other than, I mean, it's a perfect Seinfeld episode.
Yeah.
He just went, he said whoosh. I guess he put it in his basket with no support and it just whooshed into a V. But I took a photo of it.
Oh, I can't wait to see
A V.
this. Wow, flying V.
Box bent in half, creased, everything. And then you open it and 100% of the cheese is on the roof of the box. You open it and
this is unacceptable.
Cheese on one side, cheeseless pizza on the other side, and just sauce and shit and fucking nuts everywhere.
It feels like something you'd do to an enemy. Like, you want this? You know, like that's how you would piss somebody off.
But I felt like Costanza. I walked back in and I'm like, they were like, what happened to the pizza? I'm like, he said whoosh. I don't know, it whooshed.
You took it?
Well, you have to take it. It's Uber Eats, and then you got to file a complaint on Uber Eats. You send a photo, and you go, "Hey, my damage is whooshed."
Yes.
My damage,
whoosh.
my box is whooshed, damaged.
Oh man, I hate this guy. I mean, I'm sure he's not a bad guy, but it sounds like he ran over it on accident, or he sat on it. Something happened.
He whooshed it, but also I've already tipped the guy $7.
Oh.
You can't get your $7 back, and then as soon as he leaves, it goes into the system, and it just says like, you know, Dave says thanks for the tip. I went with Dave.
Yeah.
I mean, it says thanks for the tip, so it's like insult to injury because you get a little notification, and it goes, "Hey, thanks for the tip." Ah, jeez.
Oh my God! I mean, I hope you got another pizza.
No, we just kind of like shoveled the cheese. We salvaged. I'll show you a photo here.
See, this is like a lot of people go, oh, these foreigners come over here. They don't speak the language. This is genius for companies because you have the white guilt kicks in. You can't say anything to the guy. And then, oh, wow, look at that.
I mean, this slice has literally zero cheese on it.
It's a seismic shift. It's like the continents collided. That's no good.
No good. And I think
Wow.
there you go.
There you go. Whoosh. Did they respond? Did Uber Eats write back?
I don't even know.
I hope so. I hope they hear this, Uber Eats, because you're slipping, whooshing, and folded in V.
Whooshing and folding, and it was a bummer, but still great. We salvaged it. We got a story out of it. We laughed.
All right.
We yucked it up. We made do. Ate the pizza. Watched the special. Basically, we were just in the chat, which was fun. It flies by when you're in that chat. By the way,
Chat helps.
And then we finished. And then you're like, you need a palate cleanser because the special stinks. So you're like, let's watch something else. We throw on Caddyshack.
Oh, classic.
And this is fun. I love watching a film that everyone's seen 100 times.
Yeah.
So we're doing the line, and then you can break it down. This is so funny because of that.
Right.
And then sometimes you're like, hold on, let's watch this part.
Yes,
And,
yes.
yeah. But here's my trivia, and this is going to be impossible to guess. I mean, I'll blow you if you get it.
Oh, God.
But I noticed an interesting thing. Yeah, you're never going to get it. No pressure.
right,
but a
all
fun,
right. I was hoping for a
fun
BJ.
fact about... We happened to have just randomly watched Swingers and Caddyshack. They both have something in common
Yes.
in the movie.
Huh. Oh, they play putt-putt at one point. That's golf.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Okay,
That would count. That's not what I was thinking of, but
All
good
right.
point. They both putt.
Yeah.
I'll just give it to you. At different points, they both spoof the Jaws theme.
Oh, yeah.
Swingers at the party with the redhead, when she
Right.
starts telling the story about how she's an actor. He goes,
Yeah.
yeah.
The cigar.
And then
Groucho.
Caddyshack does it in the pool scene with the
That's
baby Ruth and the
right.
thing.
Yes.
But I was like, how wildly random that. I mean, how many? I mean, I guess a lot, but not that many.
Yeah,
What percentage
yeah.
of films have done the Jaws theme?
Yeah, not a ton. I'd say maybe 10 movies total.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we watched 2 all-time classic comedies, 2 of my favorite films ever.
Yeah.
Spoof, one of my favorite films ever.
There you go. Now, what do you think of the Scorsese zing in Swingers? They really zing Scorsese.
Well, they're singing his praise, aren't they?
Well, they're like
What is
Tarantino.
No,
I'm
Tarantino.
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tarantino.
Tarantino bites everything from Scorsese, and it's like a filmmaker saying this about another filmmaker. It's a little stick it to him. I mean, he doesn't hold back.
I suppose so, but Tarantino openly is that, I feel like. Like some people criticize Tarantino as like, he's doing this, but I'm like, but I think that's his thing.
What, taking a little of this, a little of that? Yeah, I guess
Which
so.
is the nature of art, cinema more so. Everyone's, I mean, they'd say that in the movie. Everyone's taking from somebody.
That's true.
In film.
And while they're doing that, they take from Scorsese. It's a great little
Yeah, it's a
little
real,
number.
and then they do the Tarantino thing as well.
Yeah, it's meta.
It's very meta. It's very funny, but
Meta world peace.
But yeah, I think that's Tarantino has things that are just like directly shot for shot from
yeah.
old films.
Homage.
But Scorsese does stuff like that too.
Do you think? Yeah, I guess the train robbery and Goodfellas.
Yeah.
It's from the great train robbery.
And in
or whatever.
Departed, the big X on everything is from I forget what
Internal
movie it was.
Affairs.
Yeah, and
I don't know. Hitchcock.
So yeah, everyone does that. The zoom in, track back thing is Hitchcock. I think did it first.
Okay.
So
Well,
there's like that book, Steal Like an Artist.
let me just throw this at you here. Steal like an artist. That's right. That's what I always say at Hudson News. I'm an artist when they carry me out there for yanking a Cliff Bar.
Boom.
But flew out to Louisville, Kentucky.
Hey, birthplace of Ron Hirschberg, Deweyville.
And Diane Sawyer,
No kidding.
Muhammad Ali.
Sure.
I want to say Kentucky proper, George Clooney, and Johnny Depp.
Wow.
Kentucky, a sleeper alumni.
Ariel Elias.
That's right, another
Yeah.
Jew.
2 Jewish comedians from Kentucky.
Deweyville, yeah. Look at that.
Who else? Kentucky. Jack Daniels. Is that Tennessee?
Evan Williams.
Ivan Williams.
Yeah. There's a whole thing going on with the bourbon over there, and the horses, and the Louisville Slug.
Louisville Slugger. Evidently, Kentucky was neutral in the Civil War until they saw the North was winning, and then they jumped on the North side.
Ooh, bad luck.
I think it's respectable. They were like, I don't know, you guys both make good points, but yeah, we're with you.
Right.
You know, you're like,
So I'm still holding on to Leah Thomas. I don't know. Whatever way the world works, I'll go that way.
yeah.
But Kentucky and then Ohio. The airport is in Kentucky, but you drive to Cincinnati. It's all very wacky.
Yes.
It's like when a girl's like, "You're in my ass now." You're like, "Whoa! I thought I was in your vagina."
Great airport.
Great airport. Great. Kentucky, I think it's underrated. I kind of like Kentucky.
I always talk about moving there. Maybe we should both move.
I thought about it too. The rolling hills, especially Lexington. It's beautiful. The fences and the green hills and grassy knolls.
And the cost of living. I go all the time. I go on Zillow. I look at houses in Louisville, Lexington. You could buy a fucking plantation for like $8.
I know. It's great. We get a horse. We can be equestrians and fuck it.
We can be horse people. I'll be a horse guy.
Hey.
I don't want to ride a horse.
All right. I don't either. But I do want to feed it a carrot with my mouth. I love that move.
I'm scared of horses. They kick.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, true, but so do soccer players.
Yeah, I'm afraid of them too.
Yeah, I guess you're right. All right. So
Everyone take that serious.
So get down to Louisville, walk around, cute little town, little racial tension, Breonna Taylor. And we do the Brown Theater.
Hey.
Yes. Speaking of racial tension.
I mean,
So I stayed at the Brown Hotel, which is awkward. But beautiful hotel from the 20s, 1923, 100 years old. They got the player piano. Everybody's in tuxedos. They open the door for you. Yes, Mr. Norman. How are you, Mr. Norman? They grab your bags. It's very wacky in there.
you know what's funny? Think about Brown Hotel. At one point, it was probably whites only.
Oh, yeah.
Brown Hotel, whites only.
Yeah, that's a confusing sign. So yeah, definitely white. So it definitely has that vibe. You know, when you see a black guy in there, you're like, oh, sorry. Just kidding. But we go to the theater. It's one of those, you stay next to the theater. So I try to see the town a little. You want to walk around. You don't want to just go hotel, theater, hotel. You just miss out on the whole experience of Louisville.
Of course.
So I walk around a little. It's a cute town. Hit the Chipotle. Went back. Now I'm learning a lot about these theater gigs. They give you a runner. Are you familiar with this?
A runner is someone that runs and gets you stuff?
Yeah, run on Hirschberg. But they give you a runner who is just there in case, like, oh, I forgot my keys at the hotel, or oh, we got to get you some food. Oh, can you go out and get tequila? Whatever.
He's like a task rabbit.
It's a task. It's a TR, but they're $300 a night, which I didn't know, and I never use them.
$300 a night.
Yeah, they're just part of the. What's that?
Is it a hooker?
I know. I should get a runner up my ass, but it's just she just sits there. It's like usually an older lady, and she's like, "Whatever you need, I got it." I'm like, "I'm good," and I don't want to use this old lady. I feel, what am I gonna make her run?
I
She's
feel
got
this
a
way
walker.
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, "No, take it easy, man." But I didn't know I was paying her, so I just went up to my tour guy and I go, "Cut every runner." I'm wasting $300.
Yeah, no runners. And isn't the tour manager the runner?
That's what I said. I was like, "What are you doing? I'm paying you." And he's like, "Yeah, I could run." So I was like, "All right, you're the runner and the tour manager."
Yeah, I went on the world tour with Louis. The tour manager went and got the stuff.
Yeah.
No runner.
No runner. The runner is bullshit. It's a waste of money. And then I go, "What's up with this rider?" And he goes, "You're paying for all this." And it's just a bunch of horse shit I put on a list that I don't even touch. So I go, "Cut the whole rider."
What do you mean you're paying for it?
You pay for the rider.
That's not true.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you. Give it a goog.
You're out of your mind.
You pay for the rider. Who pays for it?
The theater does.
No, they don't pay.
You think Eddie Griffin is buying his own sneakers at every comedy
he doesn't
club?
even know it. Well, not at a club. Theater.
So the more successful that you are, the less you get for free?
They just think, oh, you're making so-and-so money. You're not gonna notice a bottle of tequila on the ticket.
I think you're crazy.
Telling you.
That's the benefit of succeeding.
That's
That's what I always say. The richer you are, the more free shit you get, which is insane.
That I agree with, but I'm telling you, you pay for your rider.
Chuck thinks you're crazy.
Go, give it a goog.
I just did our rider for tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
They're not going to take money out of your guarantee.
You don't
know what I
think?
mean? No, they don't do that.
How do you know?
I've been in a band for 15 years. They never took money out of our money.
Well, shit, I just cut my whole rider for the rest of the year.
I think you're out of your mind.
I'm telling you, I just assume, why would they pay for my tequila?
Because you're the guest. You're bringing them tons and tons of money.
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
appeal to
I
this.
think I'm just renting the theater.
It's a small cost. So if they say, we're going to give you $1,000, you're not going to go, I want a pizza, so they take $16 out of your $1,000. That's not how it works.
I don't know. I think it is.
Maybe you're right. I mean, I don't
don't
know. But I hope my rider has tea. I think they go get the tea. You got to email your agent on this.
Yeah,
Because
I'll
if
email the
they're
agent.
making you buy your own shit, that's crazy. You're bringing hundreds of thousands of dollars to town.
That's what I thought, but they're like, we're not your shopper. You know, we're a theater. You want a bottle of tequila, some almonds, and banana? we'll get it, but you got to pay for
I
it.
think you got to get that rider back, Night Rider.
Yeah,
That's the whole benefit of the rider. You don't go on if your rider is not whatever.
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
these rock bands are like,
Easy Rider.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
it is
part of the deal.
Googleable, I think.
Want me to email your manager right now? Just ask.
Yeah, email Pooch.
Ask Pooch.
I'll ask Pooch.
All right, yeah.
Tell him it's a debate and it's for Mark, because I try not to bother him with stuff unless it's
The Pooch is
Mark.
Luke. Okay.
Pooch is scary.
So whatever, we do the Brown Theater, and it's one of those theaters where like it's a tough town. There's a school fair going on where they're doing a goat race. It's so funny when you're like, oh, Kentucky, everybody thinks you wear a barrel, you have no teeth, you're chugging a bottle with X's on it. Then you get there and there's a fucking goat race. And you're
Right.
like, all right, well, something's adding up. But whatever, so we didn't fill it up all the way, but we had a good time. Blake Hammond opened. He's killer. He's a Midwest guy, Ohio guy, killer.
Hey, Blake.
Check him out. And then we did the hang after. It was great. We filmed the whole show, got nothing out of it, wasted a bunch of money there. But next night, Cincinnati, underrated city.
Love Cincinnati. I believe at one point you and I argued Cincinnati versus Cleveland. You said I was crazy.
I think it was Columbus.
I think it was Cincinnati.
Maybe you're right. Well, either
Pretty
way,
sure.
I'm all Cincinnati now.
Ah, that's funny. I'm all Cleveland. We
We
switched.
switched. We transitioned.
But I love Cincy.
I love Cincy. It's a hidden gem. I mean, it's right over the river. It's one of those things like, all right, we drove from Louisville to Cincinnati, and I was like, are we in Cincy yet? He's like, we're still in Kentucky. I'm like, we're still in Kentucky. Well, the whole thing's wacky with the Kentucky, the Cincy, the Ohio, the river. It's cuckoo.
Yeah, the bridge, by the way. The speaking of stealing like an artist, the Brooklyn Bridge was based on the bridge into Cincinnati.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Biting the artist. All right, so we go to Cincy, cute town. We do the Taft Theater.
Whoa, he's good.
Loved Taft, fat president.
Yeah, VP.
So Taft, unlike Louisville, is in the heart of the city. We're right by the town square. And then the guy goes, you want to see the wall of comedians? I go, sure. Carlin, Cosby, Chaplin, just all the great fun rapists, Woody Allen, you name it, Robin Williams, all these dead people. And that was fun. So you get that one right under Carlin. And what a show. But I told my tour guy, after I got rid of the rider, he goes, what do you want? They go, what do you want us to do to kick someone out? Like, you got to give us a code, a safe word. The staple is buy that guy a drink.
Right, let's get this guy a Coke, get him a
this
water.
guy a Coke. Yeah, that means you're out of there.
Yeah.
So I said, I don't want to go with the same old, so let's go with tase that motherfucker. That's mine.
Ah, jeez.
So when he tased that motherfucker, he gets a laugh.
Not sure about this idea.
Well, tase that motherfucker. That's my move, and it always, gets a chuckle. And I say, don't throw him out. Give him a stern, what for? Give him a little chin music.
Okay. I mean, I can see where some problems would come up.
Really?
Well, I mean, if you say tase that motherfucker and they immediately go talk to him, he might think that he's about to get tased and punch him in the face.
What I'm getting at.
Okay.
So,
I don't know how you didn't see this coming.
So we're at the Taft Theater, and this puppy is filled to the brim. We got 1,700 people. It's a beautiful theater right in the heart of the city. There's a Reds game going on, so I appreciate the folks coming. The Reds lost. But Blake goes out, kills it, and I was like, oh, man, we got a hot crowd here. This is a beautiful theater. We're going to really rip it up. I come out, 2 people in the front row, Chubbette, big wiggly arm lady.
Couple of Tafts.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. So she's a Taft, and this other guy, I mean, he's half in the bag.
Half Taft.
Yeah, and they just start chirping right away. We love you. Woo! And I go, what are you guys, crazy? You from Kentucky? You goddamn right, we're from Kentucky. So the whole crowd hates them because it's a bunch of Cincinnati people, and I'm sure there's a little rift.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm like, all right, great, but you guys just got to chill the fuck out. And I'm like going into a bit, and they're laughing too hard at the setups, where you're like, so the other day I was at the grocery. The grocery. Oh, he's gonna set something up here. Here we go, baby. Grocery store. He's gonna steal something. All right. I'm like, all right, guys, take it easy. And they won't stop, but I'm looking next to them, and everybody in their vicinity hates them. Just like, gah. So now I'm just trying to get some momentum, and it was like the pilot in the audience where I kept being like, all right, so, and then the other day, yeah, all right, oh, what was I talking about? And I'm sweating and I'm losing it. And when you're losing it in a theater, it's 1,700 people. Like, come on, buddy. Where are you at here? You need that momentum. It's a lot of people to carry and hold on their attention.
Course.
So I am just spazzing a little bit. I'm like, what was I saying? Hang on, what? Will you shut the fuck up? And the whole thing is very unprofessional. And I just go, somebody tase that motherfucker. And it gets a big laugh. And then I see a guy down there, and he's like, these two? And I was like, yeah, tase that motherfucker. And he goes, and he pulls out a taser. And I go, no, don't tase him. Yell at him. And he said, you said tase. So now I'm fighting with the guy in the aisle of this beautiful theater going, no, don't tase him. And he goes, you said tase him. And the crowd goes, you said tase him. And now we got a whole back and forth. It was brutal.
Oh, Jesus.
But I was like, don't tase him. Just yell at him. And they yelled at him, but that didn't stop it. So the whole show sucked.
Oh.
I fucking died.
Oh.
Big bomb. I hated them. They wouldn't shut the hell up. And they're like, well, we love you, though. And I'm like, I hate you. Well, we love you. We love it. And I go, what do you guys do? We're nurses. And I go, oh, this is horrible. And then at the end, I got to do the meet and greet. So I do a thing where if you pay 10 cents more, I'll meet you, hug your kids, take a photo with you, go to your home, sleep on your couch, and, do a video with you.
Okay.
Big mistake. Guess who's on the list?
Taser guy?
Taft and Taft Jr.
Taser light show?
Yeah, so I'm back there like, oh, God, I bombed. After the show, I was covered in sweat. I'm like, it was brutal. We got a hot theater. I fucking ruined it. The opener killed. It's one of those things where you can see the opener on the side going, man, I killed. What's up with this guy? He's the headliner? And just stunk it up. But then I'm in the back going, after the show, I was like, that was brutal. And they're all like, nah, you're fine. It's fine. The runner's gone. We're good. And I go, give me a glass of tequila. They go, you got rid of the rider. I go, oh, shit. So then this guy goes, all right, well, you got to do the meet and greet. These people paid a bunch of money. And he goes, I got bad news. The first couple up is the Taft and Taft Jr. So I had to go, hey, thanks for coming. They were like, we're sorry. We're a little drunk. We got carried away. So now I'm like, no. So now you do I'm apologizing to them now.
Right.
The whole thing's wacky, and then we did the whole meet and greet. You shake hands. It was very nice people, and then we got out of there. So then we get back in the green room, and I go, what's going on tonight? What's the big hubbub? And they go, well, the UFC fights are happening. And I go, ooh, we got to go somewhere to watch the fights. Because we got Sean O'Malley, Sugar Sean.
Right.
He's got the pink cornrows. I don't know if you've seen him.
Yeah, I know O'Malley.
He's good.
He looks not like an athlete.
Not at all. Thin, weird looking, a little AIDSy, tats, tiny man, but he's tough.
Yeah.
Best accuracy in the whole sport.
Right.
Punch-wise. So I go, we got to watch this. And I'm sitting there with the video guy, Chase. He's a nice kid. And we're like, what bar? Should we go here? Should we go there? Like, well, you can go there, but there's a $50 cover because you have to buy the pay-per-view. That's how they get you.
I think the theater pays for that.
So then I go, well, I'm miserable. The night's moot. I hate myself. And he goes, we could watch at my office. And I go, that's kind of weird. He's like, well, we got a big TV at the office. We'll turn the lights on. I got the keys. And I go, fuck it. Let's get a box of White Claws and some beers. We'll go to your office.
That sounds nice to me.
I was a little underestimating. We get to this guy's office. He's got one of these warehouse loft offices. Opens the door, slides one of these old warehouses open. Click, 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 click. All the lights come on. He's got the whole floor, mini ramp, ping pong, basketball court, trampoline, big bar, couches. I was like, what is this?
Say, let's go to my fun house.
I know.
Instead of office.
Exactly. I felt like one of the Ninja, what do you call it? The Foot Clan. Remember that Foot Clan?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Shredder.
That warehouse with the skateboarding and everything.
Eddie Shredder.
So he's one of these 27-year-old Gen Z kids who just is a genius and has everything figured out. He's already a millionaire. He started working for a Taco Bell when he was like 5, where he would do their marketing.
He's a Gen Z's, yes.
Yes, there you go.
Boy, I was hot earlier. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Hit the wall.
But we get there. I'm hitting the mini ramp. He throws me a White Claw. I go, radical. I chug that. And then he gets on the laptop. And HDMI. Fights are up here.
Oh, my God.
And we're just having the greatest night. We're drinking. We're ping-ponging during the commercial breaks. We're shooting hoop, dunking, alley-ooping. And I've got the pinball machine going. And now the O'Malley fight's up. And the O'Malley fight, he's fighting Aljamain Sterling, who's a much bigger black guy. You usually do the black guy math. They usually win. So he's got the up, what do you call it, the money?
Favorite?
He's the favorite, not at the Brown Hotel. But in this fight, he's the favorite. And I go, fuck it. I'm going to put some money on O'Malley. And he's like doing the numbers. And he's like, if you win, you'll win like $8 million. If you lose, you got to pay out $7 million.
Right.
And I said, fuck it. I almost tased a guy tonight. Let's do it. So I put the money down. He does all the whatever. I give him $20. He wins.
Hey.
So it all ends well, and we drive home drunk and go to bed and fly out of there the next day, and it was all worth it.
I love a fun house. That's all you want in your life is just give me a ramp and a TV and a bar.
This kid, he's in Forbes. This kid Chase for 30 under 30.
Oh wow!
Like he's
the
just
ESPN thing.
Yeah, he's one of these guys. They just make it. Like he's just like, I'm a video savant. I know how to edit, and I dropped out of high school to edit. And I made $1 million my first year. And you're like, when I was 27, I was guzzling paint thinner to try to get a buzz.
I think a lot of these people, as bad as TikTok and Instagram and the internet is, it also gives them, they see things. I never saw anyone succeed in my life.
Exactly.
It was just people on TV and Irish plumbers.
Yes.
So I didn't know. I was like, I guess I got to try to be on TV. I didn't know there was like moves you could make.
Yeah. Well, he's smart enough where he'll avoid the politics. He'll avoid the whatever. And he's just like, how can I make money? He's got 2 kids already. He's married to a lady.
Gross.
And he lives in this giant warehouse. Not that one, but he has a whole mansion in another part of town that he lives in with his 2 kids. And I'm like, you're 27. You have 2 children. You're a zillionaire. I'm 39. Like, you're way ahead of me. You're going to be great.
Yeah.
You're in Forbes.
I think you're doing pretty well.
I'm doing okay now, but I'm just saying, like, this kid was on cloud 9, and he never, it's like you said, with YouTube, there's a tutorial. You can learn Japanese tomorrow.
Right.
And that's what he does. Yeah. So, what do you got on the rider?
Pooch is howling, and I'm surprised.
Wait a minute.
Well, it's a little confusing.
All right, okay.
Here's exactly what he says. It comes out of the catering budget, which is a show expense.
Thank you.
Artists pay it for a theater show is typically based on gross sales minus expenses, and catering is
that's an expense, so they minus it.
Huh.
So if the rider is expensive with a bunch of liquor and food, then that's added as an expense and comes out of the back end. Okay, so I was like, all right, that's weird. I've been in a band for a long time. They've never taken the stuff on our rider out of our guarantee. And he wrote back, you always get the full guarantee. The guarantee isn't affected, just the back end.
What does the back end mean?
I don't
That's
know.
a percentage deal.
Oh, well, still, you're getting less of a percentage deal.
Right.
Or $50 less. I mean, it's not much, but it's still the price of a bottle of tequila and food.
It says if Mark is doing a date where he has just given a guarantee with no chance of a back end, then it doesn't matter. But I hope his theater tour allows for a back end.
It does.
Right.
And if I hit over a certain amount of people, you get the back end. And I hit it in Cincinnati, which is where I have a rider.
Right.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting. So it does come out of your pocket. But
It comes
now
out of your
you
pocket.
still have. Now you don't get the tequila though, so you'll have to just go buy it on your own.
I just went to the bar at the theater. I went to the bar in the lobby, and I said, "Give me tequila," and they said, "You're on the show."
Interesting.
So
okay.
I found a loophole.
I see. So I guess what you're paying for is them to go get it.
That's what it is.
That's still pretty good.
It's still pretty good.
You just got to adjust your rider so it's not wasting anything.
Yes, exactly. If I get a fifth of tequila, I might have 3 drinks, and then there's 88% of a bottle of tequila left, and I can't fly with it.
Right.
So I'm wasting it.
It's interesting though, because like the comedy club, is Eddie Griffin that he is buying his own shoes?
I think clubs are different.
Interesting. They think a theater would give you more of the free stuff.
I know, but a theater is actually more disconnected. A club and a comic are a little more simpatico, whereas a theater is like, you rent this, and you're like a hooker.
Right.
And if a hooker got your tequila, you'd have to pay for it.
Right. Crystal's a production manager, and it's very structured. It's very, very corporate almost is how you want to think about it.
Crystal's a hooker.
But how much is a bottle of tequila?
Hey, you get a nice one, that'll run you 40.
Oh.
Which,
All right.
Not a ton of money, but you do $40 every week, plus the bag of almonds, plus the fruit plate. I just said a bunch of shit because I thought they paid for it.
I guess.
Will our pay tomorrow be affected by it? By our rider? You
What do
think?
we have in our rider?
Well, we're not going to hit the bonus.
Just yeah, I was gonna say
we're not even gonna.
just the same stuff as Gramercy: tea, granola bars, and 2 pizzas.
Yeah, I mean that's like
Well, I think we
$30.
Yeah, we got a guarantee, so we'll be all right.
Yeah.
So the key is to not sell a lot of tickets, and you get free shit. There you
Yeah,
go.
but it doesn't make sense. You're still, but if you hit the percentage, you're making twice as much as the guarantee.
Sure.
So you're getting,
I don't know about twice as much, but
but whatever it is, you're making a lot more.
yes. But I'm wasting a half a bottle of tequila.
It's kind of like in another sports analogy. I remember like watching in hockey. It's like when there's a penalty. You know, well, this is too. No one's gonna. This isn't gonna make any sense.
Okay.
But like when you have a penalty, it's like you get an extra man on the ice, and everyone's like, "Well, just let him score so you can make it even again."
Oh.
Like I remember my cousin said he was like a child at the time,
Right.
and you're like, but then you're down a goal. The whole point of the game is not give up a goal.
Exactly.
It's like doesn't make sense.
Doesn't
You're like
make sense.
you're saving money by not going over the guarantee, but you'd make more percentage and get your free stuff. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, how are we looking? Oh, okay. I have a thing about a fat guy on an airplane, but I'll save it.
We got time to do a fat
well,
guy on an
there's
airplane.
nothing to it, but I go back to this every time. I had the guy. I booked the flight late, so I got the pretty good seat. It's here's first class, here's coach, but you're in that first row of coach, and you have that big open foot area where the door is. Does that make sense? So the door of the plane is right here. And then the seats are here. The door,
big plane.
You can't block the door, so you got a good 5 feet of foot.
Right. 5 feet a foot.
Yeah. So you got 5 feet of foot, and I'm in the window. I got the middle open, and there's a cute little lady on the aisle, and I got all the room in the world, and I'm like, oh baby, this is just as good as FC. And in walks male Lizzo. I mean, the biggest, fattest fucking asshole you've ever seen. And again, I don't care about fat. You want to be fat? I used to be fat. My family's fat. Chuck's fat. But this guy was huge, and he goes right down in that middle, and he had to do one of these where he had to go.
Squinch.
He just shimmy into it because his body wasn't fitting in the little compartment of the seat.
Right.
Because it was one of those ones that had the
full thing.
the full walls. Mm-hmm. It's not just an arm; it's a wall.
Build the wall.
Yeah, Donnie Wahlberg, and he sat down, and of course, it just muffin tops. And now I'm doing one of these. So I'm sitting like this, where this is his body. So I'm up here on it. It's like a little rest, but it's a big rest. And I'm just like, I don't care if you're fat. You can do whatever you want. I don't care if you smoke, but it's the secondhand fat.
Right.
Because now you're coming into my world. You're ruining my life with your fat.
Yes. It's kind of reminds me. I tried to do a bit about this years ago. About I had a backpack on in the train.
I think about
and
this
everyone's
bit all
like,
the
take
time.
your backpack off. And I'm like, but what about all these fat assholes?
Exactly.
I'm still smaller than the average American with the backpack.
It makes sense, but people get weird because you're making fun of fat people.
Right, exactly. I'm like, what if I put a T-shirt over me and the backpack?
Now you're good?
Yeah, I'm just fine.
Exactly.
I get it. I take my backpack off, whatever. But you're like, you're 300 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm smaller than you with a backpack. I could hike fucking to Machu Picchu with a backpack that makes me smaller than you.
Yes. Pikachu. So yeah, it was a 6-hour flight because I was going to San Diego, and I'm just like, you've ruined the flight for me and you now, and the lady next to you. And I don't mean to be mean to the guy. He's not trying to ruin my life.
Sure.
But he is, and I'm up against the window because I'm trying not to hurt his feelings. And he kept having to do he would sit like this, because he didn't want to, it was too much already. He couldn't put his arms out because it was too big of a wingspan. And he was ruined, I was ruined, and I don't know. Look, he bought the middle seat. I guess he was desperate. He had to get there, but tough.
Yeah.
Tough sledding.
Yeah, it's not easy. I don't know what to say.
Well, I think after about 4 hours, because you got 6 hours, but after about 4, I just tuckered out on him.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
It was a beanbag chair at that point. So I feel bad. I'm not trying to body shame or, Lizzo shame or whatever, but you got to figure something out with this guy.
Remember the DePaulo line about Ralphie May and the beanbag chair?
Oh, so good. So good.
Ralphie May's on a red beanbag chair. He goes, looks like you jumped out of a plane. The chute didn't open. And you landed on a Coke machine.
It's like a cartoon. You visualize the whole thing. So good. DePaulo has got the best visual stuff.
Woo, baby.
But yeah, that's gold.
Every week we should incorporate a DePaulo line. I think we did last week too.
Ralphie May is just a grab bag, because fat jokes never don't work. Mm-hmm. Somebody had a great one on Lizzo. They said, I'd stand by her, but there's no room. God, it's a classic.
That's very good.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, folks. We're fat. I'm a fatty.
George is saying, cut it.
That's lunch.
Bunch of day. Where am I going? I don't know. Somewhere. Skankfest in a month. Oh, Nashville is coming up. That's September 21st to the 23rd, I believe. And I think I have another date somewhere. My book's over there. I don't feel like opening it. But
Honky
Nashville
tonks.
in September. And the special is out right now. Enough for everybody on YouTube. Share it. Tell everybody you know. Leave a nice comment. Give it a like. Go watch the old specials. Get that algo going. And everyone tells me I'm not plugging Mindful Metal Jacket enough. It's a great
the
podcast.
Ari one was good.
Ari's on there, and I got CQ coming up soon, and
that's a get.
That's going to be fun, and a bunch of stuff on there. It's a great pod. Go give it a listen. Subscribe to my YouTube, for God's sakes.
Oh, and I got to say, go watch the special, but watch the whole thing. The closer is so good.
Oh, thank you.
Closer,
I appreciate it.
It's so well constructed, and no one sees it coming. I don't want to ruin it, but
thanks
it's
very
quite
much.
a button and a bow. You tied up the whole thing beautifully.
Oh, I appreciate that. That makes me feel good. I'm proud of the special. I think it's good. I hope you think it's good. I hate myself.
Very good, very fun, very loose. That's the one thing I'll say about the Cats leaving everything. I felt like I was in the club.
That's what I want. That's what you want, is like, this is a show. This is what it's like to come. But some people are like, why isn't this tight? And I'm like, I don't work tight.
Tight, fuck tight. It's
other one's
overrated.
tight. You're tight.
My wife's loose. But, I'm all over the place. I'll see you in Europe. We're doing a Protect Our Parks in a couple days when this comes out, so that'll be fun. Get the juices flowing again. Take 10 years off my life.
The regs, baby.
Check out the regs. And what else? MarkNormanComedy.com for tickets. And soup to nuts. Enough for everybody. Enough's enough. What's the stuff? Chuck.
Check out my podcast, Fun Bearable. This week's episode is a fun one. We went to and did a con, and we were moderating for Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that original girl, and the girl
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
No, the one in the movie,
Oh,
Christy Swanson,
with Luke Perry.
Yeah,
from the program.
yeah, and the girl who played the main character in Chasing Amy. And we were doing a live panel outside, and there was a hurricane warning, and it was pretty crazy. And we're gonna put it all in the episode. We have footage of everything. It's really fun.
Check it out. Subscribe to that, and
Check out Joe on We Might Be Drunk. It's a spicy one.
Yeah,
apparently.
Please check it out. I'm on every podcast. Santino, Stavros, We Might Be Drunk. And then it only takes one day for someone to write, why the fuck is this faggot on every podcast?
Yeah,
and you're like, I don't know what to tell you. Don't watch them all.
Chuck was drinking.
Sorry. But yeah, great time, and check it all out. Thank you very much. We love you. Join the Patreon.
Hell yeah.